For me, the action is the juice.
Drink it.
What up, everybody? It's your main man, Adam Pecora here. Welcome back. First-time listeners, welcome as well, I suppose. But you know, you should have been with the program. Right? Anyway, Requiem for a Tuesday. Here we are, another edition. Here with the sidekick Georgie Richter. How you doing, bud?
Sidecar Bob. That's what they call me.
Yeah. How you feeling?
Good. A little low and slow in a good way. Like a braise, like a shoulder.
Okay.
Good, right?
Slow roasted.
Yeah, with some garlic taters.
Yeah, you're a taters guy. I think if you were a food, you'd be a tater tot.
Yeah, I ate a lot of them. If you are what you eat, I'm definitely on my way to you being right.
Yeah.
And pizza puffs. Way too many pizza puffs in my lifetime.
How much do you weigh? Like 120 pounds?
Didn't we do this? It was 140.
Oh, shocking. Were you surprised?
I used to be 165
Yeah. When was that?
2 years ago.
Well, I mean, you should get back to that, I think, bud. You should get more. You know, get up to 180 maybe.
I'm thinking 215 is a good
There you
place
go.
to stop. Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be pure iron.
I hope I never get to 215. That would be a nightmare.
No, why not? You could just be big.
It would be for different reasons.
Just be a bulky boy.
I wouldn't be. That's what I'm saying. That's just not how that would go.
You don't want to be a beef castle?
That's an interesting way to put it, I gotta say. I wouldn't mind being a beef castle, but I wouldn't be.
It sounds almost royal.
Yeah, I would be nasty. I'm already. It's already too much. I gotta do something. I'm waiting for a new bike.
Nasty castle sounds
I
good too.
got a new bike on pre-order.
What kind?
It's a Haro.
Ooh.
Basically, the hub that holds one of the arms in order for me to pedal, it has it's just worn out. It's an old bike. I bought it used, and I'm at risk for it to come loose. Now I can kind of feel when it's loosening, and like I can tighten it up. It's not like it's per ride, but I don't know. I just avoid it just in case. I don't want to be fucking 3 miles away and then boom, now I don't have a fucking pedal and I'm stranded. It'd be a disaster. So yeah, been holding back on the rides. It's been real nice. I do gotta say, I'm Captain Swollen Shoulder today because I'm a little vax daddy.
Swollen shoulder.
I got to ride my bike over to that appointment. So here, my vaccination story. I mean, just what an underdog victory. Just a big turn of events. So I was originally going to have to go to fucking 111th Street, which is basically Indiana. It's 20 miles away from here. I was going to have to be there at 8 a.m., which is almost impossible, and it wasn't until like the end of April. So I go on today. I happen to see, unfortunately, the same place, but April 19th, which is the day I'm leaving for New York City, which is nice. Give me a nice dose before travel. I'll feel real good about it. Okay, let's do that. And then, like, luckily, this worked out that the system is like, oh, you have to cancel first, which I was like, oh, fuck, I'm going to go rogue. And then, like, watch. They all fill up in this 1 second.
Yeah, it's too late, and then you got.
Yeah, because this is the one scenario where that type of paranoia is real. Like, they literally are filling up that quickly. You know, it's a mad rush to get them. So
it's probably why you had to cancel first, so you don't have like an extra one.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. The reason why it's just it was a bold move.
It's a gamble regardless.
Yeah. So then when it resets, it goes back to like the full menu, and then I see one that's like today.
Ooh.
And it's like in a couple hours, and I was like, oh well, fuck yeah, let's do that.
Pivot point.
And there were like 4 in a row, like all in 10 minutes apart or whatever.
What do you mean for like 4 vacancies? You could just pick.
Yeah, like the times. It was like 1 o'clock, 1:10, 1:20.
Nice. And what'd you do? Just pack your bags and immediately go? What time did you find it?
I found it at like 11 a.m. and it was for like 1 something.
Nice.
So yeah, I like mad rushed to cancel the other one, and I got back just in time. Like literally the initial one that I clicked on completely went away as I was trying to reset it. And luckily,
The other 4.
the one next to it just worked, no problem.
Nice.
But then,
It's like trying to buy like an Xbox when it comes out the first day.
yeah,
Yeah.
right, exactly. It's hard to do. Yeah, I had it in my cart and then it went away.
It's like flipping sneakers.
Yeah, and it's just, it was like, I knew that it was in the area of where I am, but it's not like a recognizable location by any means. But it said it was at this like healthcare facility.
It didn't look like there was one anywhere.
Well, there definitely wasn't one still, like, regardless. So I roll up, and there's a park nearby, but then it's just, like, purely residential. There's, like, a couple factories, hard to tell. Like, definitely a couple abandoned ones, a couple that are hard to tell, and maybe a few that are functioning. This thing was just a converted abandoned warehouse, but it was decked out like it was a gallery.
What, like a pop-up art show kind of gallery?
Yeah, like the whole thing was painted white, and there was a bunch of like giant paintings all over the walls. Like
Sounds
there
more
was
like
a
an
ton of
asylum.
artwork in there. Yeah, it's like it didn't seem like it was like a doctor's office, like with paintings up. You know, like a waiting
like
room
an
has a.
unused set for American Horror Story.
No, it seemed like it was like a hip art gallery thing. I don't know. It was like what a clinic would be like in Brooklyn, I imagine.
Oh, so it wasn't like creepy weird. It was just like almost like they were.
It was
trying to
like, this
doll
is
it up
fucking
nice.
stupid. Yeah, it's like we're in a pop-up COVID vaccination thing. You don't need to spruce up like the.
How'd you get the smooth jazz playing already?
Yeah, like it doesn't need amenities and features. You know, it doesn't need ambiance.
A couple magazines is all you ever really need.
Well, you can't. You can't have anybody touch anything until they actually get the vaccine, you know? That's the irony of it.
Whoa. They could do it like no, you can't even do that. I was gonna say like, like the John Travolta Bubble Boy where he like was in a box and they have the gloves you can get in and interact with them. But then I realized everyone's gonna have to get in and out of the same pair of gloves.
Yeah, that's a lot of extent to go to read a magazine.
Yeah, they're not even good.
Everybody has phones. There's magazines on there.
That's where they all went.
Yeah.
You don't see them anymore.
No. It's a dying industry.
Let's take back the mag.
I don't know. Doesn't sound sounds a little too close to something else, you know?
I don't recall.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, I don't know. All systems go from where.
But yeah, I gotta say it was a super smooth process. Just rolled right up. Got a little stabby, feeling sore.
They shot it out of a bow and arrow.
Have a newfound. I don't even know what the word is. Admiration is one.
Ooh, appreciation maybe.
Appreciation
passion.
is up there. Respect,
Mm.
loyalty. That's a big one.
Ooh, yeah.
Dedication, really, to our Lord and Savior Joe Biden. All of a sudden, I've noticed that ever since about 2:30 today.
Oh, and when was your appointment?
1:30. I've just been like, wow, this guy is handsome, and boy does he have the answers. Boy does he's saying all the right stuff. Yeah, well, you know,
you're just coming to this now.
Yeah, it just kind of all clicked. I don't know.
You think it's just about time? Maybe all the pieces just fell together.
Yeah, I think it's just like we're back. We're
Makes
back. Medicine rules, and so does Joey B, my guy.
Joey B and the Vax Boys.
Yeah, I'm happy we're getting there.
Vaccination is coming together.
The vaccination nation.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's all that's really been going on. It's been pretty dull because I've just been kind of waiting out that time, waiting out ready to go to NYC. But then another exciting occurrence happened.
Whoa.
Shout out to Microsoft for consistent sales. I've been playing. The Masters was happening. Everybody's been talking about the Masters. I didn't watch it, and from what I gather, I didn't miss anything. It doesn't seem like it was very exciting. Not that I ever really watched the Masters. Who am I kidding? You know? Although I will say golf is more of a TV sport than you would think. It seems like it would be boring. They do a pretty good job, at least. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is, but I like it.
If it's anything like the game I was watching you play, if they're that entertaining with the commentary, I would watch golf, I think.
Oh, they're better.
That's like some like
they're always
Bush League.
better than the game. Yeah, game commentary is terrible.
Yeah, then I'm in.
See, a flaw that video games have a lot, and NBA 2K is the worst example of this, is they try to make the game you're playing a television broadcast. And they have like NBA has like the pregame show. They have like Shaq and Charles Barkley and all those guys.
Yeah, all like the cuts and wipes, and it just looks like it's actually on TV.
Yeah, and they have like the sideline reporter. It's like there's no sideline report. This is a fake game. You know what I mean? Like,
and I'm losing it. Why are you celebrating?
Well, it's like I want to play the video game. You know what I mean? There's no reason to pretend that this is a television episode.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Like, I kind of get the idea, like it's a cool and immersive thing, but at the same time, like,
it's kind of like a hat
it's
on a
just
hat.
a total waste of time. Like, I could see it coming in handy in like the career mode, because then it's like, oh, now we're gonna make it seem like this is a real thing. But like if me and you just wanted to go hop on 2K right now, it would take forever for the game to actually start, because it has to load the fucking pregame and the cheerleaders and the mascot doing all the thing. And it's like, it's kind of cool, but
There's a kiss cam for the Sims in the crowd.
yeah, it's like eventually you are just completely wasting time and graphics and all this computing power. It's like, how much you focus on the basketball? And they do a good job on the basketball, but like their whole thing now is like microtransactions and all that bullshit anyway. Like 2K's been kind of ruined for basketball.
You can buy stuff now, like
yeah, basically you can. So ever since they put in a career mode, they kind of just realized that like the XP is very valuable, because you can just suck people in to wanting the fucking just the XP. So it's like, we can just sell you the XP if you pay us real money.
so they buy like progress in the game.
Yeah, because then they found ways to make the like create a player be even more expansive, and then like your player goes online and plays other people's players, and then you can get on leagues and do all this crazy stuff. Like the NBA has its own 2K league
Wow.
as well. They're pretty advanced into it, but it became more and more valuable to have more XP, blah blah blah, so they just kept building on it, and to the point where now there's transactions for everything. It's like the way an app is on your phone, like those games.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
sounds
as
like
bad.
Yeah, it sounds like a tower defense kind of buy some gemstones and
Right, it's that same type of thing. And like the game has sacrificed, you know what I mean, like
Quality.
the quality of play, yeah.
just because my
Because
jersey
it's
is on
focused
point.
more on that at this point. And it's still good, like it's way better than EA's attempt at basketball, but like it's hampered by that stuff. Now the PGA game,
PGA.
it doesn't have all that, and I think that, I mean, if it did, nobody would play it, because like the goal is to get as many people as possible to play your game. Well, 2K has monopolized basketball video games, so they're able to focus on just making as much money as possible.
Yeah, so there's more ads and like
Yeah.
Pepsi's in the background.
Right, every second, yeah. And the whole goal of, well, there's ads throughout the whole PGA thing because of sponsors and stuff, but the whole goal of that game is, how do we get as many people to play this fucking thing? Like, we need the audience. So, like, I think it has microtransactions, but, like, the progression of the player just kind of happens pretty smooth and easy, and it's just, like, a good time. Like, basically, what I didn't add is, like, if you were to start a 2K game without having, like, a significant amount of progress to start, like, it's really hard because your guy sucks really, really bad at the beginning, and you like can't play, and it's like not fun.
Damn. So you just gotta hit your head against the wall until
They
you get your
basically
XP
are
back.
like, spend some extra money, and then you'll actually get to play the real game like enjoyably.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of bullshit. Whereas like this one, you just kind of pick up and keep going. And it's just like, hey man, I'm just chilling in my room. I got the window open. There's a breeze. I'm looking at these beautiful landscapes.
Yeah.
And I'm just chilling, playing a little leisure sport. And then I get invested, I like really want to make my putts and I can't, and it's frustrating and it's exciting.
Yeah,
It's
you were
good.
yelling when I got here.
I get pretty hyped up.
Yeah, it was a good one though. You were like, "Look at that shot!" It's like it was a good shot.
It was a good shot.
It was. I was there.
It was a good shot. Sonny O'Connor.
Sonny O'Connor.
He's a black Irish guy. He has red hair and freckles.
He's gonna be the champ.
Yeah, we're getting there. I'm gonna try to win the FedEx Cup.
I thought
Hopefully,
you did.
No. I had just won one tournament.
So you're going to the FedEx Cup.
No, the FedEx Cup is an ongoing season,
So you
basically.
you're
So
in
the
good
way
standing.
golf works is
need $1 million.
no, you win way more money than that playing
No,
golf.
You need $1 million to start playing golf.
You need some stuff. Let me tell you this: you got to be an athlete. Except for John Daly, I don't know how he does it, but grip it and rip it. I fucking love that guy. He's an icon. So they play Thursday to Sunday. That's one tournament. You play 18 holes a day. At the end, you win. You know what I mean? If you have the best score.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's hella tournaments all the time. There's got to be at least one a month. There might be one every weekend during the golf season. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think you enter into as many or as few as you want, but there are some that are like, smaller publicity, smaller prize, smaller difficulty. They're just not important. And then that scale goes up and up and up. And then there are 4, I think, that are called like major championships. And it's just like these 4 courses are the serious ones that really, really matter. And anyway, the FedEx Cup is like all of it, as far as I know.
Okay.
So it's like based on your placement in every single thing that you play in, blah, 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 factoring in.
With everyone else who placed in wherever they placed.
Yeah, and factoring in the importance of which tournament and whatnot. I think. I don't really know. That could all be completely made up in conjecture, but it's some weird scoring system like that where it's not like one cup. It's based on your results in X amount of other tournaments.
Yeah, overall performance as opposed to winning the big game.
Yeah. Whereas, so like your real goal in that regard in golf is to win the Masters, which is the one that just happened. It's the biggest golf tournament of the year. It's the Super Bowl, the WrestleMania, the whatever you wanna
Yeah, the pretzel pizza. at
relate
Little
it to.
Caesars.
Yeah, which I'm feeling so salty and bloated, and I regret it already.
I am a pretzel.
Yeah, we just had some stuffed crust pretzel pizza from Little Caesars. Shout out to Little Caesars.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah, but I feel like shit. It was a terrible idea. I wish I didn't have it. I have some falafel in the fridge and some pita bread. I should have had that instead.
Could have went a little healthier, but
Yeah, I would feel better. Anyway, that's fine.
yeah, I felt like it was a good experience. I would not take it back.
Yeah, I would. But
I have a whole pizza though.
yeah. So I don't know. The golf season, I was like, I'd been interested in the game. I'd never really looked into it, and then I saw it was like $20. I don't know if that's related to it being the Masters. A bunch of games on sale because there's also an NHL game on sale that comes with like a 94 version remastered. Seems pretty sick. Almost bought that too, but I'm really bad at NHL games. Anyway, I was like, fuck it, let's do it, and I've been obsessed with it. I've been playing it for hours and hours nonstop ever since. So shout out to golf and vaccines. That's where we're at.
Vax golf.
So what's up with you? How let's talk rice.
So it's a ricey business.
You've been doing some more trick stuff. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I got these like weird. They look like they would be salt and pepper shakers, but they're not. They're just batons for spinning, and so I'm supposed to like throw one, and then catch it with my other arm behind my back. I'm getting pretty close to nailing that. And I cooked like a meal, like for a plate. Usually I just stick 'em in the plastic for it to goes, But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've been shopping for knives. That's a wormhole. So many different knives.
You could spend a lot of money doing that. That's for sure.
Yeah, I found one that was like, oh, it looks like a cool knife, and I clicked it, $309.
I'm sure that's the low end of the spectrum for some people
It
too.
looked like one of the crappiest ones on the website. Yeah, so I can only imagine what the nicest one was.
You got to be careful.
It just doesn't make sense to spend that much money on something I'm gonna like bang into more you know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's the idea, though. The more well constructed and built and all that it is, the durability is the goal.
yeah, that's true. But it always feels like I gotta treat it with a little bit extra respect. Like I don't want to use it.
Well, yes, that's how I feel. I'm conditioned that way as well, being poor. But
Yeah.
that's not the scenario for that. When you're buying an expensive tool, it's for the opposite reason. It's so you can beat the shit out of it because it can take it.
Yeah. Which I'm starting to realize.
But also, I mean, you're not going to be doing that hardcore stuff. It'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like if you had a $300 knife, you'd be good. But don't get that expensive of a knife.
I bought a $40 one, but it's like too big. So I use it to cut lemons.
You got to use a
now.
little baby knife, a little fillet knife.
I don't know how long it is. I've been trying to like figure that out and compare it like while I'm Googling, but yeah,
You got
it
to
is
sneak
tiny.
a tape measure in the kitchen.
Yeah, and you gotta like, I always got one on me. I just never remember to use
Just
it.
in case.
Yeah, just for when bragging comes to brass tacks. But I gotta measure mine 'cause I don't know how big it is, and you gotta hold it. You gotta keep your fingertips away from like if you think about holding a knife with a handle, like you're gonna just hold it, but you're right on top of this hot grill. So that was weird, and you gotta get all up in there.
It's an interesting lifestyle, I gotta say.
When we make stuff spicy, we just put chili sauce on top, and it just steams you like mace. And you.
Oh
like,
yeah, that would be terrible.
I have to like go like almost 90 degrees away from it and like extend my arms out to their full reach.
Otherwise, you're crying on people's steak.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I've never dropped a bead of sweat or a tear.
Shrimp a la tears.
But I feel like it's coming, and it's gonna be like one of those movies where in like slow motion they try to catch the sweat. You know, like I'm gonna try to catch my sweat, but it's just gonna bloop on somebody's lobster.
It could happen.
Do you think anyone would notice?
No.
I feel like it happens all the time then.
It has to. Yeah, everyone's just enamored with the whole shebang.
I've been afraid.
Let me tell you this. Every guy cooking every meal is a guy leaning over a hot grill. He's sweating in your food. Like, that's how it is. Everywhere. You know, like, it's definitely happening at Benihana right in front of you, too. Bright lights, too. Come on.
There's a show. They do like I did a volcano. I stacked the onion like the volcano.
You getting the hang of it? It's easy?
That part's easy, yeah. Because we were just doing like a test run in the back, I didn't like do the pyrotechnic part. You're supposed to like put, I think it's like oil and then vodka, and then when that goes nuts,
is that what makes it shoot so hard? The vodka, probably.
The oil mixing with the vodka, yeah. 'Cause like whatever water is left in vodka is going nuts with the oil, and then the flammable part is the vodka. It's pretty rad. But I didn't get to do that part.
I feel like Benihana is normally so shrouded in mystery. You know what I mean? You always wonder, who are those guys? What do they do? You know what I mean? What are their lives like? And it's like, oh, well, it's this guy? That's almost disappointing.
It's it's been a lot of fun so far. They're pretty cool, man. I mean, you gotta be, 'cause I watched a guy cook.
You gotta be cool.
No, you gotta at least be outgoing. At least be okay with.
Of course, yeah.
And
extroverted. I am not. Couldn't do it.
You could, I think. It's just like
no, I couldn't.
It just takes a while. It's not like
I have too much anxiety to deal with. Not the performance aspect, the food aspect of it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just have.
I don't like handling food.
I
wouldn't want to cook.
It was a weird adjustment getting used to handling cooked food, 'cause my last job wasn't. It was just like cutting the raw meat. So
yeah, carcass. You were in the carcass business.
As a carcass guy, you know.
Yeah, the raw flesh.
It's more intimidating than it is difficult. So you kind of just gotta stop asking so many questions. I haven't heard anything bad yet, so it's a lot easier than it looks.
That's what everybody says about every job. Everybody who does a job and they like it and they're good at it, they just say it's easy. And it's like, yeah, no shit. You're the guy whose job it is.
Yeah, well,
should be easy for you. That's how you know you're doing the right job. You know?
That's true.
Or your job is fucking lame. That's also true. And then your job's easy.
Yeah.
That just happens.
Or you're
But
just ripping tickets in half at the movies. I mean,
yeah,
you could like that though.
could
Still.
go either way. That would be fun. Let me
You
just
could-
say, if you work in a movie theater, you're usually getting free movie tickets.
Yep.
That's a big thing. Not right now, but it's coming back. We're vaxxed up, baby. I'm 80% ready to go to the movies. Because I'm dosed up. Okay? May 8th, I'm going to kiss someone with consent. Because you should. And that's how it is.
Definitely start there.
Yeah. But I'm going to be like, let's go.
I can offer you now a standing consent so that you could just sneak up on me later on.
Just give you a little smooch like Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, but it's fine.
How do you feel? So I bought a copy of Space Jam on Blu-ray. How do you feel about the new Space Jam?
I don't know anything about it. Is it already out, or you just ask me how I feel?
It's not out. It's coming out soon. I don't know if it's theaters and HBO simultaneously, or if it's theaters and then there's a delay and then it comes out on HBO.
Is that what they're doing with Mortal Kombat too? Because it's the same thing.
Mortal
HBO.
Kombat, I think, is just same day. It's dropping both, I think. I don't know, though. I could be wrong. It might be the same thing. But yeah, so it's coming soon. It's, it's LeBron. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Space Jam.
It's just like, Space Jam is awesome.
Yeah.
But see, Space Jam, maybe it's only awesome because it is a very, I hate to say this, but it's a very 90s thing.
At least it ended up that way.
I mean, Wayne Knight's in it.
Can't argue with that.
Nothing is more 90s than Seinfeld.
Yeah.
It's the most 90s thing that's ever happened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe looking back.
So it's just like, you can't see Wayne Knight and be like, oh, this is a modern thing.
Yeah.
There's that. I don't know. But like Bill Murray's in it. So many great basketball players are in it. R. Kelly before. Remember when we loved R. Kelly? You remember when we loved R. Kelly?
Yes. And that was around then.
Yeah, I saw R. Kelly live once.
Nice.
It was pretty great. He was pretty good.
He is. Just,
Yeah, not in all. Only in some ways. Only musically.
Can't have it all.
R. Kelly is good. ... Musically.
Yes. Yes. Nice.
We clarify that. Okay.
Gotta clear that up real quick.
But it's, I don't know. I also have a strong disdain for LeBron James, so it's hard for me to get behind it. It's like if it was Steph Curry, I'd probably be like pretty into there being a new Space Jam. Or if it was like, 10 years ago and it was Kobe, or 15 years ago, whatever.
Yeah, or just maybe do a different sport.
No, that wouldn't work.
I mean, I just don't understand why we're doing the same movie again, but
Well, it's Space Jam. What do you mean?
why are we doing another one is all I'm saying.
You're just saying there should be no sequel?
No, it's just like it doesn't it wasn't like it was a cliffhanger at the end of the first Space Jam. So like if anything, this is like a bonus round. So to like anticipate.
Yeah, it's like a modern version. There's another Space Jam. It's a way to get kids and parents to go see a movie.
Nice. Then I back.
That's what the first one was. It's the same thing.
Well, then I back Space Jam even more.
You just didn't understand the idea of Space Jam?
So much so that there would need to be another one, yeah, until this moment. But now that you say it like that, it is the perfect device.
I mean, it's the Looney Tunes. It's
And
LeBron
sports.
James.
Yeah.
And it's, well, that's enough to get kids. Both things are enough to get kids individually. Those are combined. And adults will want to see LeBron. Everybody wants to see LeBron James do stuff.
And enough adults now just want to see it because they watch Space Jam.
Exactly, yeah, that would be the other reason. But it's just like, I don't know. I would rather have Steph Curry do it. I just feel like shooting would be... You could incorporate shooting more into the basketball game that they eventually play. I don't know. There was so much focus on dunks, I feel like, in the original.
That's true. I mean, that was the bread and
You
butter.
have Steph Curry do more of a shooting-themed version. I don't know how that would make it cooler, but Regardless,
dunks are more
I
climactic.
think I just hope there's not a bunch of like CGI and it's still just like hand drawn and live action.
Yeah,
I hope
not
it
like
doesn't
the
just
Ninja
become.
Turtles.
I haven't seen that, but I hope it doesn't just turn into like fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah,
it
you
just
could
gets
just insert,
and it
yeah.
just becomes a sci-fi crazy CGI fest. I don't want that because
Yeah,
then it's not space. Then it's definitely not Space Jam.
I don't want to see Bugs Bunny's fur. He just got to be.
Well, I've seen the clips of that, and like they're still cartoons, but like an action sequence, you know what I mean, or like when whatever the space villain is, if their ship comes down to Earth and it's this, you know what I mean, or there's like an action sequence or something. That's my biggest fear, is that they just take it and try to just make it into another grand explosion fest.
Yeah. Everybody's got 6-packs. It does slowly just morph into another MCU, and they just try not
Yeah.
to tell you at first.
Yeah, they're like trying to give the backstory on the Tasmanian Devil just in case he gets a spin-off movie.
He's misunderstood, yeah.
It's just like, come on, everybody. I don't know.
At the end, they're going to show you
it's
like
also
an
just
empty
like
Tweety Bird cage.
It's a long time in the making is another thing, so it's just like, I don't know, there's a lot of hype. It's a lot of build up. Space Jam's a big follow up too. Anybody that hates on Space Jam is just like a lame critic.
Yeah, just to like say something bad to say something bad.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun.
Yeah, why?
You know,
at least nothing.
Bill Murray's in it.
Bill Murray is in it for a long time. Bill Murray has been gold.
His entire career,
What
I would say.
what did he
pretty
do
much.
wrong?
Nothing ever.
Even Zombieland.
What do you mean even Zombieland?
It's just like
He was great in Zombieland.
that's what I'm saying. Like I don't get it.
You're saying even Zombieland.
I'm
Like
just adding more. Yeah, maybe you're getting a little.
you could say also Zombieland. No, I'm anti-semantic strongly. We've been over this.
I'm getting those vibes off of you. Yeah.
You should. This is an anti-semanticism podcast. That sounds bad. That's too close, I think.
Yeah.
I think I really told the line on that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were we saying?
I was trying to agree with you, and
You said even.
Ended up
Don't
going
act
wrong.
like you see. You always try to argue this shit with me, and then when I explain it back to you, you're like, "Oh yeah, clearly I was wrong." So just just admit that you're wrong right now. Because why are we doing this?
I'm wrong right now because why are we doing this? It's just we both love Bill Murray, and we got a lot of show left, folks. So why don't we just go on to Space Jam?
He's doing it with that. He's doing it
90s.
with that condescending tone.
I don't condescend.
Oh, you're such a little prick.
Adam, do you even know what condescension is?
Yeah.
There's a treatment available.
No good. 3 out of 10.
Sorry.
Anyway, Zombieland's
Jam,
good.
pump it up,
Zombieland
pump the
2,
jam.
not good.
They did a Zombieland 2.
Yeah, they did it. See, there's a second one. There's a sequel. There's an action figure for everything.
I officially don't like talking about movies.
It wasn't good. I think I talked about it on here. We don't need to go into it. Don't watch it though. It doesn't add anything.
We don't need to go into it. Nobody needs to go into it. You shouldn't go into it.
Really. It shouldn't have been made. They shouldn't have talked about it. It's just like at the time it was like, yeah, let's get a second one going like right away. And it's like if another one came out like a year or two later, it would have been awesome.
Yeah.
They waited like fucking 10 years, and then it was just like, it was as if it had only been a year. And that was the quality of it. It seemed like they rushed it.
Yeah.
Like they were trying to make money. And it's like, oh, this took you a fucking decade to make this piece of shit?
Yeah, they probably still did rush it. It just took forever not doing
Right,
anything.
yeah, exactly. It was not. Look, I also just don't know if Jesse Eisenberg is ever going to outlive Zuckerberg. He was too good.
Can we talk about Lex Luthor?
I forgot that even happened. Yeah, that was horrific.
Have, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's also a thing. He maybe also tanked his career by doing that.
Yeah, it's always a bummer that can happen. Like, Like, oh, no more movies for you 'cause that one was bad.
No, that's how it's supposed to work.
But even though you find like, I mean, what if there's a role that comes along that's perfect for this guy, could rejuvenate him, give him one good movie.
Well, that's how it's supposed to work too. That's what happened to John Travolta. It's Pulp Fiction brought him back.
Oh, he was dead before that?
Yeah.
Because it was after that disco movie, right?
Amongst many others. He got a lot of chances too. That's the thing. So the way it's supposed to work is you're supposed to get a few chances, some more than others, some way too many, some not enough. But you get your chances. Then you fail, and you can either try to work your way back up. Some can crawl their way in. Some people get that miracle role. That's what happened to Mickey Rourke with The Wrestler. I'd never even heard of that guy before. Because he was a big deal in like the 80s or whatever. Like he went through like a long, or early 90s, whatever.
Yeah.
He went through like a long period of not having like any success. And then The Wrestler came out, and then he was in like Iron Man 2, and then and now he's just a guy again.
Yeah. It's right back in the saddle.
So it can happen. But now it's just like if you tweeted a thing in 2008, we're going to kill your parents. Like we're gonna send a Terminator back in time to kill your parents, so you can never send that tweet.
Yeah, there's gonna be some poison.
And
in
you
your
definitely
favorite
will
food.
not be getting any acting roles.
Not a single one.
But yeah, I don't know. That Lex Luthor performance pretty unforgivable.
Who was he trying to be?
That's the question. He was like, I don't
Lex
know.
Luthor like that at all?
No, he was some weird millennial Lex Luthor.
Let's take Lex Luthor.
Which is in and of itself not that bad of an idea. Like, if Lex Luthor was that alien from Rick and Morty who just made an app, and the app was like guaranteed to destroy the world. Like, if they just made Lex Luthor Jeff Bezos, who he is trying more and more to look like every single day anyway.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting way to modernize it. But no, making him like a weird tech wimp.
Yeah, like a wonderkind, like kid millionaire.
Yeah, with the false eccentricities thing too. It's just like, that's so clearly not your real personality, guy. Like, you're just giggling and being weird.
Yeah.
It was just so forced.
Like tortured almost.
Yeah, I don't know. The makeup was bad. All of it was bad. That movie was just horrible. But he really got the worst. He was the worst.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have said and will continue to say The Social Network is the greatest movie ever made, so he'll always have that.
You ain't wrong.
You don't know.
I don't want to try to convince you you're not wrong.
You don't know. You haven't seen it.
I've seen it.
Have you?
It ends in Facebook.
No.
They do Facebook.
That's not how it ends.
Oh, sorry.
That's funny.
Was I supposed to say spoiler alert?
Ha ha ha. Good one. That's not how it ends. They're talking about making a sequel.
Oh, man, because there's so many unanswered questions.
Yeah.
Why is it going to be a movie and not just a documentary?
That's a dumb thing to say.
Thank you.
You could say that about fucking anything that's ever been made.
I thought we were supposed to say stuff.
Why did James Cameron want to make Titanic?
Probably
One of the greatest love stories ever to be laid down on film. He could have just scrounged together some fucking historians to tell you facts. Wouldn't that have been better? No. Get the fuck out of here. Are you out of your mind? What an absurd proposition.
I'm definitely at the end of my rope with this movie critic
Why
thing.
is it a movie? Because The Social Network's the best movie ever made. That's why. Why would they make a documentary? Somebody will make a documentary too. That's for a documentarian.
What's left of it that's a movie that's interesting?
What do you mean? All the shit that's still going on with the data hacking and the Russian shit?
Oh.
The whole last 4 years of this country?
The Social Network 2.
Hunting season. That's a play on Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Endlessly quotable film and a classic.
That was an okay flick.
I know you don't like it.
I liked it. I watched
See?
it and had a good time.
It's a classic. Oh, speaking of which I'm not going to call this a classic, but it's in the vein of this late 90s, early 2000s movie where the movie's plot is, you could either say the movie has no plot, or you could technically say that the movie's plot is insanely intricate and cannot be summed up in one sentence.
I thought you were gonna say that or Christmas movie.
No, where everything just basically just keeps moving nonstop. New scene, new scene, new scene. And it's basically just a series of sketches. So, like, Half-Baked, kind of like Road Trip, but that's just like a road movie, so that's why that one keeps moving. But Strikes Back is an example. Dude, Where's My Car is the movie I watched the other night.
Nice.
Which is a great example of that. Every 3 minutes, they're just in a new place, setting up a new joke, adding new characters to the movie, making the plot more and more convoluted and ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And it just keeps building and building. And then the resolution is just like some dumb little thing that doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? And I miss movies. Like Harold and Kumar is another good example.
Harold and Kumar was a great one.
Another classic. I've talked about that on this show multiple times.
Yeah.
I watch that movie pretty frequently, honestly. It's really, it holds up really well, honestly.
No, I've gone too far. And then, what's there on the hang glider? Dude, we're pretty high. We're not low.
Classic.
Those guys are great.
They are great.
Neil Patrick Harris?
There's a Dude, Where's My Car little Easter egg in that movie.
Oh, I missed that. Where's that?
I think it happened somewhere at the end. Like, 'cause Neil Patrick Harris stole their car, and then I think they did something like that. I don't really remember.
Oh.
But it was good. But, Dude, Where's My Car? I saw that movie in theaters. I was like 7
Damn,
or
really?
something. Yeah, of course.
It's so funny to think a movie like that was in theaters.
That's the biggest takeaway, is that movie is so fucking crazy, technically. It's like, how did this get made?
I mean, Step Brothers was in theaters too, and that's kind of like ridiculous.
Way different. Step Brothers just like didn't even have a script.
Yeah, they kind of just were riffing.
That's just a thing. That's just like a trademark of what they did. That's how they made Anchorman and stuff. The thing is, like, Dude, Where's My Car? They're like, okay, these guys can't find their car, but that's because of all this alien weird shit.
Yeah.
That's what the movie's really mostly about. Just, it's like a sci-fi movie, technically. But there's no effects and no anything, and it's all just dumb jokes.
Yeah, just wearing a stoner movie's hat.
Yeah, so it has like that stoner movie low-budgety quality to everything. But none of the jokes are that great. It's really just the crazy shit that's happening is entertaining, and it's like, I just kind of want to see where this goes. But it really is not very funny at all.
What does mine say? It's kind of just like
That scene still was pretty funny, I gotta say. But yeah, it mostly is just purely like, look at
that's
how
their peak,
stupid
though.
we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing was really a joke. It was just, these guys are dumb. Get it?
Yeah. That's why I haven't gone back to movies like that in a while. Just,
No, it was a fun watch.
I like Super Troopers.
I still haven't seen that.
Like ever or like gone back to it?
Never seen it.
Oh, well.
Well, I know that that's like a cult favorite.
I think things like that, though, like if you didn't see them, you're going to be like, yeah, whatever.
No, because Dude, Where's My Car? I saw as like a literal child, and that's like a stoner movie, straight up.
Yeah, but I just don't think if you never saw it
Like,
before.
and Half-Baked, that movie's fucking amazing.
Yeah, well, the Half-Baked's different.
I think specifically, if we're talking about in the list that we've mentioned, First Strikes Back, probably. That probably is a big nostalgia factor for me. It's a factor, anyway.
Yeah.
But I also think that I do think it is very underrated.
You do think that. I know that.
I need to make it clear. I need to be on the record multiple times on this show. We need evidence and data to back up the claims, okay?
You're going to have it. You're going to have it by the boatload.
Because in this court of public opinion, I need to be shown
as bulletproof.
Guilty of loving Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back.
Throw away the
Strike
key.
back. I always say strikes back.
It is.
No.
I almost had you.
You did. You did
good.
almost have me. Sometimes it's easy to suck me in.
He's a tiger. I'm not going to do the whole song.
You were singing Eye of the Tiger.
I was going to, yeah.
They're from Chicago, I believe. Survivor, that band.
Nice.
I believe. Rising up.
I wanted to, keep it up, but I blanked on
It's
the lyrics.
good. Yeah, straight to the top. That might be like the second verse though.
Something else that sounds positive and cool.
Yeah.
I'm super stoked waking up and drinking eggs.
Da-da-da-da. You know what I mean?
Gonna win
It can just
the
turn into
big
any of
old
them.
game.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I liked it.
I mean, that song fucks.
That song, yeah.
That
all the
song
way.
absolutely crushes ass.
Save some for the rest of us.
Yeah. It's remarkable.
A hit's a hit. Undeniably so.
You a big Old Town Road guy?
No.
The biggest song in American history?
It really is. Is it? Are the numbers
Yeah.
there yet?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
It's been there.
Well,
It's
The
catchy.
pathless. Well, yeah.
That shit was catchy. I fucked with it.
I get mad.
I liked it more and more as it went on.
When something's like a certain amount of catchy, I get mad because I feel like it's just like mathematically hypnotic. Like it's not actually good.
Yeah.
It's just tricking my brain.
Well, that's the thing is that one was, but kind of wasn't. It was just kind of like a thing he just did and threw online, and it just kind of exploded organically. That's the thing. It wasn't like fueled through.
It wasn't like I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, well, it wasn't fueled through the this is the song you like factory.
He's just kind of playing around.
Everybody just kind of really fucked with it because it was like, this shit's fucking hilarious and fun.
Yeah.
And then I think it blew up through TikTok,
Yeah,
which
TikTok.
I wouldn't know, but
Me neither. I don't have one.
I'm not a pedophile.
That's
so
what it seems like you gotta be to get one.
it's for children. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay off of there.
TikTok. It even sounds weird.
Stay off of Snapchat too, but that's because that'll just get you in trouble.
Not unless you're just snapping your friends, 'cause I only snap like a couple people.
Yeah, you better keep that circle small.
Why my snap's gonna get leaked?
No, I don't know. I'm
what's
just
the-
saying.
Then what's the deal?
I'm just saying. Snapchat.
Snap trap.
Yes, exactly. It's a trap. There's a lot of traps. That's one of them.
Yeah, I just when
That's like unbuckling before seeing a cop. Like you see a cop and you unbuckle your seatbelt. It's just like, that's not a good idea. Don't do it. Just stay away.
there's a little
hands off.
Snapchat group that I'm in, and whenever you see a 420 out in the world, you take a picture of it and send it to the group. Find me a 420. It's called.
Yeah, that is a good group.
It's a nice, fun little thing 'cause it's nothing.
There's a lot of 420s out there too, more than you would think.
You could find one, like you could just wherever you are right now, stop and look around. You won't be long.
It won't be long.
I bet you found one.
Found it.
See,
Where's Waldo?
where's? I want to dress like Waldo and get lost at the mall.
I think if you were just like Waldo, you wouldn't get lost at the mall. Somebody would find you pretty quick.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's just like, this guy's fucking outfit is so noticeable. Now, obviously, it's because of the book. Like, that's the whole thing. That's the only way you'd find him. But
And there's no. And there's more-
realistically, if somebody was looking for that guy, they'd find him.
there was a lot. What do you call? No, not red herrings, but like false, like little switches. Like there's like a bunch of people that are dressed in the same colorway. That's like almost perfectly him, and not in those books. They did throw some curveballs.
Like those highlights books, you mean?
Wherever where's Waldo?
Oh.
Like
There was like imposter Waldos?
yes, yeah, they like were almost him.
Waldens?
Walvins, Wallies,
Wildos?
Wildos sounds like it was almost the name for the book, but too close for a kid's book.
Yeah. It's my buddy Bill's sex shop. It's called Wildos.
Will knows dildos. Or your money back.
Yeah. You gotta love a sex store with an exchange policy.
Yeah, gotta have the guarantee.
I mean, it's true. 'Cause now that I'm injected with this Biden juice,
Yes.
I'm ready to fuck.
You look like it. You're radiating. Yeah, it's good.
I'm radiating salt
What do you say
from
to
that
people?
pretzel
You're
pizza.
you're
Salt
glowing.
and cheese. It's terrible.
You're glowing.
My arteries are less efficient.
What does that mean when you tell someone they're glowing? Does it just mean you look so great, I imagine an aura around you? Or is there something that appears glowy?
What?
Have I ever been glowing?
No.
Okay.
But
Like fluorescently or nothing?
no.
Okay.
Typically, it just means that someone looks happy.
Like really good. Yeah, you glow. Yeah, like an aura. You got like a wow.
well, that could
Like
be
you're
it.
a beam of sunshine. Like that's
Yeah.
like you're hey sunshine. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, well, I mean, you're really hammering that part of it home. I'm trying to answer.
thanks. I'm doing a great job.
My answer to that is yes. Like that could be the but it also like if you just like look happy, it's just like oh, you're smiling a lot. Like oh, you're glowing.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just a phrase.
Because at first I was under the impression that like it was exclusively used for pregnant women.
Well,
that's
it
where
is.
I, like,
That's
primarily heard it.
That's a term commonly used for pregnant women. Yeah,
It's like-
reserved for that.
I think one guy almost said something else and backpedaled to glowing, and then that just became a thing after that. Like
What did he almost?
I don't
say?
know, maybe something like blowing out. Like you, whoa, it must be blowing out. And he's like, oh, no, that's not what I said. No, I said you're glowing. You look
He was like,
great.
"What's up, you
Deborah? You're glowing."
What's up, you fat bitch?
And he got
oh,
caught.
oh! I said you're glowing. What are you talking about?
Yeah. You don't know what you're talking about. That's why I had to ask, because I wanted to make sure there wasn't a real glow.
Well, I mean, pregnant women, I think, do have a little bit of
Because
that.
I thought maybe they came from just getting
they get more.
flush.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their cheeks get more. They glow. You ever seen a pregnant bitch?
No,
Sorry,
not at night when they're.
I can't do Italian. Once I start talking Italian, then the bitch starts coming.
Yeah.
What's up, bitch? I can't stop. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, I like it.
So do those pregnant whores.
But they're glowing. They look
yeah,
amazing.
those glowing.
$1,000,000.
That whore is glowing over there. Hey, what's up, slut? You're shiny.
You're shiny. Is
Wipe your fucking forehead.
You
What are you
just-
doing?
I think I don't want to get, but shiny and shining. I think you should use shining there.
Well, it was meant to be an insult. The character was.
Oh, like shiny is. I thought we were still like hammer. Like I thought we were doing slants off sunshine.
No.
No, that wasn't. That was
I was-
supposed to be as bad as it sounded.
I was just being a dickhead character.
You nailed
That
it.
was that character.
That guy is a dick.
If you listen back, my follow-up line was wipe your forehead.
Yeah. Well.
Because pregnant girls be sweating. It's hot. I got a fucking pizza in my belly right now. I can barely handle the temperature in this room. I can only imagine a little fucking goo baby.
a little goo baby.
Would you
How
eat
is-
placenta for money?
Yes.
How much money?
I don't know.
What's your bare minimum placenta money?
It just honestly depends on how the placenta was acquired. If it was just
Placenta popsicle. You have to eat the whole thing. It's the size of 2 regular ice cubes. It's from a healthy young woman who's a friend of a friend who you don't know personally.
and it was removed and prepared in the back of a TL's Four Seasons.
Well, there's no way for it to have been done any way that was not gross because it's placenta. So
no, but
matter-
I'm talking food grade. I know it's gross.
it was done sterilely
Yeah, just on a cutting board is all I'm talking
to the
about.
better than that.
I just need a pair of gloves and a cutting board.
Better. It was done better than that. It was
If
taken care of.
it was done better than that, I'm willing to just try it. I'm adventurous.
That's gross.
Then then $20.
That's not a lot at all.
I don't understand why people want to pay you to eat something gross just to hear how you're not willing. You're not asking. You're leaving money on the table. Like, oh, that's not enough. I'm not gonna eat your placenta pops ever. So
Well, see, so then you're just admitting that you don't even play along with the game. You're the one who's the fucking pain in the ass in that
I
scenario.
am playing along with the game, but when the game turns into there's no such thing as a good answer, placenta pops.
No, that's just what you choose to hear. Dick.
Kill me.
Yeah, you're just the one who will eat a placenta for $20, bro. You're the one who's gross.
It wouldn't take that much money for me to eat one though. If it's just like food, like a weird food. That's why I asked
not
about
food. That's not just
that.
food.
Yes, it kind of is.
No.
It's no different than parts of chickens
Incorrect.
and stuff.
Incorrect.
Just because we decided
It is different than that.
it's an organ still.
No.
It's bodily produced. I don't know.
See, do you know what a placenta is?
Yeah, it's the thing on your feet you wear so they stay dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they get used, you get rid of them. Some people eat them for money.
All right, $20. There you have it. Send me $20 and your placenta, and I'll film this guy eating it.
But I need live stream of the preparation.
Yeah, we gotta watch you have this baby. So give me a tight shot of your box, and let me see that little sucker squirt on out of there.
Yeah, and then to get there, I write on the prize. I want to see where that placenta goes, how it's handled,
Yeah,
what temperature it's kept
from
at.
cooter to table.
I'm willing to pay for the dry ice for shipping. I know it gets expensive.
Well,
Should we do liquid nitrogen?
You can get some.
I went from all the way out to all the way in.
Yeah, he's like, how do we get me a placenta quick?
Yeah, can you buy liquid nitrogen? It just seems like someone should be like, why?
I don't know. They had a tough time in You Don't Mess with the Zohan.
They tried to get it. I didn't see that movie.
Well, they were like Israeli guys. They couldn't pronounce it. And it was like an old white guy, and he gave him a tube of Neosporin.
Oh, because...
And then they threw a bag of Neosporin at Adam Sandler to try and kill him because they thought it was like a bomb. They tried to make a bomb out of Neosporin. That movie's fucking hilarious. Very underrated.
Yeah, you know where all the sleepers are at.
You act like you're this fucking savant of movie classics.
I am.
Like,
right
you know
up in
what the
'em.
fuck you're talking about. Why don't you give me a recommendation, Spinster?
I can recommend that. I
Yeah, name a movie that doesn't have a superhero in it. Have you even seen one?
all actors are heroes if you look up to them far enough.
Yeah, I know you're a big Woody Allen guy.
I was gonna go there. Fuck.
Yeah, too late.
Wait, no. I was gonna go Woody Harrelson.
What's wrong with Woody Harrelson?
Nothing. You said name a movie that's good that didn't have a superhero.
That's
in
not
it.
a movie. That's a guy.
That he was gonna be in the movie Kingpin that I was gonna bring up. Has no superhero in it.
He was in Kingpin, yeah. That movie's okay.
Just okay.
Yeah.
I think it's underrated.
It is just, it's not underrated. It's exactly
Oh yeah, out of all the
rated.
movies that have been overrated and this one is just perfectly rated. They nailed it. Let's look it up. Let's look up the
Yeah,
score.
okay, so hold on. Let me just clarify
I just
something
want to
for
know
you.
how perfectly rated this one is.
Let me clarify something for you.
Accuracy is
What's
perfect.
the fucking point of rating anything if none of them are correct? Then there's no point in anyone ever rating anything. Most of them have to be pretty correct. Otherwise, there's no point in trusting any rating system. Rating systems have no integrity if there's no accuracy. So for me to say that a movie is accurately rated is not like an abominable thing to say. So go fuck off.
Whatever, you Himalayan
You're just
douchebag.
mad. Again, that's just what it is. Every time you're just mad that someone disagrees with you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's not that I'm
know.
against you. It's like, yeah, Kingpin's all right. It's got fucking Randy Quaid in it. How good could it be? Like as a lead, it's okay when he pops up in Vacation for 10 minutes. That's fun.
Yeah.
He's the star of the movie.
He
Besides Woody Harrelson, but yeah. He's the second lead. Come on.
hard to find.
Bill
a good
Murray
bowling
was
movie.
in that movie as well. He was a little ridiculous, his character was too much. The Farrelly brothers, they're just too much almost every time.
Without fail.
Yeah, except I think Dumb and Dumber is pretty perfect. They crushed it.
Dumb and Dumber, the sequel. Have you seen that?
Yeah, both of them.
There's multiple sequels.
Well, there's a prequel.
Oh, yeah. The prequel.
Do you want to know? I'm going to drop a fun bombshell for everybody.
Oh.
Fun fact. Now, I'm well aware that this movie is horrific, but Dumb and Dumber, the prequel,
Dumb That's
when
the one that got
Dumb and Dumberer, When Harry Met Lloyd is the full title. So yeah, that movie's atrocious. I saw it in theaters, but whatever age I was at whatever time, there was a scene in the movie where somebody gets like fucked over really bad. I think it's Lloyd or whatever to each other. And it was just like a really like mean and dark thing. I cried.
because
I remember
it was bad.
it just like moved me. No, I just like felt so much empathy.
That's what I mean. Like the thing that you saw was that bad that you were like in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I just think it's
What was
hilarious.
the thing?
I have no idea. That movie was fucking horrible. Even at the time I thought it was horrible. And I couldn't believe that happened even then. I
Who
saw it
was
in
the
theaters.
other-
I mean, I was like fucking again, I was like 10 when that came out. I don't know.
Dumb and Dumber.
But yeah, that was bad. This Dumb and Dumber 2 was also fucking terrible.
Yeah,
They
that
shouldn't
was,
have made it.
If they had to make it, they shouldn't have made it like that.
I
really
think
weird.
that the sad thing is that that's as good as it was gonna get.
It was just weirdly intense.
Not good. Well, I mean, the other one was technically pretty intense. There's like guns and shit.
Yeah, but
They like
this-
almost die.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was better because it didn't feel intense. It didn't
Oh,
feel
it
like
was
it was
better.
serious.
A way better movie. Just way better in every way.
Came out when it was supposed to be a thing.
Timing is a big factor in a lot of these flicks.
They should just, continue to remake movies like everybody loves to do.
No.
Stop calling them the same name. Change them almost entirely, except
No.
for the meat of it. Why
There's
not?
no methodology that makes it better. The only way, this is just plain how it is. The only way to make a good movie is to have good people make movies. You know what I mean? Like, for example, right? Like Rocky, they tried to do Rocky Balboa, and it was just Sylvester Stallone again as 70 years old. He technically fought and won against like a 28-year-old. It's like impossible. That movie was horrible. But like that was their attempt to like bring it back, and it was bad. And then Creed comes along, and it was like a huge deal and like a really popular, well-received thing. And that's because Ryan Coogler's really good, and that's why Black Panther was good.
Yep, good people make good movies.
Yeah, so that's just the solution. If you want somebody to reboot it, hire somebody good.
But
Just
that's
to
the
make
thing.
it.
I don't want. It's like those memes where the first line is like nobody, and then nobody says anything. Like that's where these movies are coming
Yeah, I mean they're bringing back the show Punky Brewster. They're just bringing back everything.
from. That's just some like ridiculous, even like a reference that's like my mom is probably too old to be using.
It's not a good reference. Yeah, it's some old sitcom. It's not
You know,
good.
like what?
It's not good.
Have we really reached the bottom of the barrel, or is it just like well accepted that we don't have
It's-
to do anything else? But
Well, so we're gonna have to wrap up the episode here. But the long story short, which you're not gonna like, basically the Marvel movies collapsed the creativity of the film industry. It's basically, why would we give anybody money to make an original story that might not make us any money? One. Why would we give anybody 10, 20, 30, 50 million dollars to make a mid-budget movie that won't make us a lot of money? We won't. We want to make movies that cost $200 million that make $1.5 billion, because that is the best investment and best way for us to operate. So
you're right. I don't like that.
it's it's partially true. And
Yeah.
that's the note that we'll close out this week on. I'm very full.
Oh, I know.
So yeah, I don't know. That explains this cheesy fueled episode. We will be back next week. We'll talk to you then. I love you. See you then. Just remember, I are fat, you are fat, we are fat. Calculator.